So you think you know Avios, huh? You've been earning the points, maybe you've booked a flight or two, but you've got that nagging feeling that you're leaving some serious value on the table. Well, in this explainer, we are going way beyond the basics. We're going to uncover the advanced strategies that turn Avios from just a good program into an absolutely exceptional one.
And let's kick things off with this comment from Abhishek because, honestly, it just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures that frustration I think we've all felt. You do all the work, you collect the points, you go to book that dream trip, and the value just isn't there. It's really disheartening, right? It makes you wonder if this whole game is even worth playing.
But here's the thing. That frustration, it's not the end of the story. It's actually a sign that you're ready for the next level. So today, we're pulling back the curtain on the secrets that the pros use. These are strategies for stacking rewards and finding hidden value to make your points go further than you ever thought possible.
First up, let's talk about hotels. Now, most people just see hotels as a place to spend money, but with the right strategy, they can become one of your biggest Avios generators. I'm serious.
Okay, our first secret weapon is a platform called Rove Miles. On the surface, it looks like a regular travel booking portal, but its superpower is its own currency called Rove Miles. And the magic here is their flexibility. These miles transfer one-to-one to a bunch of airline partners, including two really key players for us, Qatar Airways and Finnair.
And this is where it gets just wild. The earning potential is absolutely staggering. Some hotels on Rove offer an incredible 48 times multiplier. Just let that sink in for a second. For every single dollar you spend, you get 48 miles back. That is a massive return on your spending. We're talking about getting close to 50% of your money back in travel value, in some cases.
Okay, of course, there are a few catches. Payments are in US dollars, so you're going to want to use a credit card with really low foreign exchange fees to avoid those extra charges. The good news, though, is that the purchase still codes as a hotel, so you can earn bonus points on any cards that reward you for travel spending. The biggest hurdle? You need a US phone number for a one-time setup code, but, a trusted friend or relative can usually help you out with that.
All right, let's move on to our next strategy, the official Avios Hotels portal. This is a much more direct route. It's powered by Expedia, so the selection of hotels is huge, and it credits Avios directly into your account for every single booking you make. Nice and simple.
Now, the standard earning rate is pretty solid, around 10 Avios for every pound spent. But here is the pro tip. You've got to watch for promotions. They regularly run these amazing offers that can double this up to an incredible 20 Avios per pound. And just like with Rove, you'll be paying in a foreign currency, so make sure you have that low-fee card ready to go.
What if you prefer Airbnbs? No problem, there's a hack for that too. Instead of going directly to the Airbnb website, just start at the official Avios shopping portal first. That one extra click is literally all it takes to earn an additional 2 Avios for every pound you spend. It's a no-brainer.
Now this is where we see the true power of stacking rewards. With Accor Hotels, you can pull off the ultimate double dip. First, you book your stay through the Avios portal, which earns you a huge bonus, sometimes up to 15 Avios per dollar. Then you also link your Accor and Qatar Airways accounts. This means you earn Avios on your hotel stay, and you can even earn Accor points when you fly with Qatar. You are literally earning in both directions. It's fantastic.
Okay, so we've supercharged our earnings. Now let's talk about a major shortcut to one of the most coveted perks in all of travel, elite airline status.
Remember that Accor relationship we just talked about? Well, it's about to get even more valuable. If you have Accor Gold status, all you need to do is take just one single paid flight on Qatar Airways, and boom, you'll automatically be granted Qatar Airways Silver status. No challenge, no minimum spend. And for those with Accor's higher Platinum or Diamond tiers, that same flight gets you all the way to Qatar Gold.
So why is this such a big deal? Well, sure, Qatar Gold comes with all the fantastic perks you'd expect, like lounge access and extra baggage, but the real game changer here is the bonus 40Q credits you get. These are your golden tickets. They are incredibly valuable because you can use them for flight upgrades. And yes, that even means a potential upgrade into the legendary world-class Qsuite.
Now that we know how to earn points and status like a pro, let's talk about how to spend them wisely. This section is all about the smart hacks that will save you a ton, and, just as important, the common traps that you absolutely need to avoid.
Remember that comment from the beginning of our chat? This is a huge reason why people get so frustrated. They'll search for a flight on the Qatar Airways website and only see these pricey, indirect flights on Qatar's own planes, even when they know cheaper partner flights should be available.
So here's the fix, and it's a really strange one. The Qatar website has this bizarre quirk where it will literally hide partner award flights from you if it thinks you don't have enough avios to book them. The workaround is to use a different search tool, like the British Airways or American Airlines websites. Find the flight availability there first, and then you can call Qatar's customer service to get it booked with your avios. It's an extra step, I know, but it unlocks so much more value. Okay, now for a really critical warning. Avoid the family pooling programs offered by Qatar and British Airways. I know they sound good in theory, but the tech behind them can be super buggy and often breaks that seamless link between your various Avios accounts. A much cleaner solution is to move your points into a Finnair Avios account. Finnair has a feature that lets you transfer points to another person for a small fee, which helps you avoid all those technical headaches.
But what happens if you're just a few thousand points short of that dream trip? Well, you can buy them, but be careful. Not all methods are created equal. Directly purchasing Avios is almost always a terrible deal, and you should really avoid it. A much better option is the Boost Your Avios feature on British Airways, which lets you multiply points you've recently earned at a great rate. And if you have a predictable, ongoing need for points, an Avios subscription can offer the absolute best value, hands down.
All right, we've covered earning, we've covered status, and we've covered smart hacks. Now it is time for the grand finale. This is, without a doubt, the most powerful and underutilized feature in the entire Avios ecosystem.
It's called the multi-carrier reward, and it's basically a special reward chart that's kind of hidden within the British Airways program. The rules are pretty specific. Your trip has to use at least 2 different partner airlines from the One World Alliance. That's the group with airlines like American, Cathay Pacific, and Japan Airlines. The only other rule is that you can't include a British Airways flight in the itinerary.
So how does it work? Well, unlike normal award tickets, the price isn't based on each individual flight. Instead, what you do is add up the total distance of all your flights combined, and that grand total determines the price based on this chart. As you can see, the cost goes up really slowly as the distance gets longer. And for business class, you just double these amounts. For first class, you triple them. Simple as that.
And this is where you can see the truly insane value. Just look at this itinerary. Delhi to Hong Kong, then to Tokyo, across the Pacific to San Francisco, over to Helsinki, and finally back to Delhi. That is a full trip around the world. The total distance is just over 19,000 miles. And based on that chart we just saw, the cost for that entire journey is just 100,000 Avios in economy. That is absolutely phenomenal. So the real takeaway here is this. You got to stop thinking about Avios for just simple return trips. The real power of this currency is in unlocking these complex, high-value, globe-spanning adventures, if you just know where to look. Which, of course, leaves me with one final question for you. Knowing that a business class trip around the world could be yours for just 200,000 Avios, where would you go?